welcome to Laura B. Gardening. I garden in Zone 10A, Southern California, and today is a beautiful sunny day. I'm thinking about 83 degrees today, so that's why I'm wearing my hat today. And I wanted to show you how my garden has been evolving in these months. So we are in the month of July, and there's things that plants that have come out of season or not blooming actually at the moment, but there's things that have popped up. So I'm really excited to bring you along today to show you the progress of the journey of my garden. So as you see right above me, this is my climbing Eden, and she was in glorious bloom last month. Many of you, if you go back and you see the video, she was just full of pink roses. So we did cut everything down to hopefully get a second flush. And I do see, I was inspecting her earlier, so I do see this little bud. So I'm excited for any little rose she'll give me. So I'm hoping maybe by the end of the season, well, actually the end of the summer, have a second flush with the climbing Edens. So here in the healing garden, we have, and this is really exciting, I was really excited to show you this, we have plums. So we have been harvesting plums here, and I think we so far have gotten about a dozen of them, and their skins are so tart, but inside so sweet. And I think this variety is a Santa Rosa plum. So I've left this branch, and the only reason I've left this branch here is because she had so much fruit here, and I kind of did thin the fruit so these would get bigger. But once she has done, giving her fruit here, I'm going to cut her back so we could direct her up towards the sky. So yes, we've been doing eating all these wonderful blooms. And this is my first year. We got apricots. We got 2 apricots. And so my daughter and I come out here, and she's constantly showing me, look, Mom, she's changing colors. She's almost getting ready. So we're really excited about just the harvest of these different fruits on the beautiful, as I call it, my fruit bowl tree. So come on in. The last time we did this garden tour, I was telling you about my agapanthus, because for the first time in a long time, we had a lot of shade. Oh, not shade, a lot of cloud, a lot of rain. It was cold. It wasn't our typical weather. So finally we're getting sun, and everything is really happy. Look at these beauties. These are I call them these are my agapanthus. These are my white agapanthus. But these are the, what are the ones that I always want to be, oh my goodness, I'll have to remind that I want to grow them, and I always have such a hard time. Alliums, my alliums. So I say these are my Southern California alliums. So they're in beautiful blooms. The little bees get all the way in their little trumpets, and we find them all the way in there, and it's so sweet. They're not in there right now, so I think they're all feasting somewhere else. So that's in bloom right now with the agapanthus in the back, looking beautiful. And against not my favorite pink brick wall, they really pop, so they look really, really pretty. And then this tree over here, this is my vanilla twist redbud, and she is doing really well. So she obviously really liked that area. She's grown, and her leaves are just up beautiful. So she has little seed pods that are coming out, and she's just really happy where she's at. I have come back is these, oh my goodness, Lacata? The blazing star. Yes, so these have come out. I had planted these 3 years ago, and they were in bulbs, so they have finally pushed up this month, and I have them all right here. So I need to stake these down right here. So just because they're starting to kind of lean a little to the side, but I cannot wait to see these beautiful purple flowers in bloom. And they're all along the side. I also have this Peruvian lily, and this is the first year that actually that she's come out. I planted her all along the side of the boxwoods here, and nothing ever came out. So I don't know, it's because we got so much rain this year that all of these, look at these beautiful leaves that she has. She has finally sprouted, and I'm waiting to see where her flower stalk's going to be at. But I will show you along the boxwoods where she's come out, and I'm just really excited because she's never come out. So I also, this is a seedling, so I'm now starting to experiment more with seedlings, and this is a zinnia seedling. And because I can't remember what variety this was, I think it was either a cupcake or a lilac. I'm not sure because I planted many of them here, and that's the only one that came up. So I was not very successful, but I got one, and I'm really happy about that. I still haven't planted the little miniature rose. I've had a lot going on, so I'm hoping that I could get that going in the next couple of weeks, but we'll see, right, Jade? And then over here, we have everything in bloom. So look at these beautiful, these are a delphinium, and this is called the red lark delphiniums. And their color is so pretty. It's that salmon color. And the flowers, look at these flowers. Oh my goodness, they look like little stars. And then the blazing sun right in the background. She's starting, that's our first bloom right there, our first 3 blooms. And they are looking just gorgeous. Oh, blazing star, thank you, I'm sorry. And then the Peruvian lilies that I was telling you about. Look, they just all popped up. And they've never done that. Planted those, like I said, 2020. And I guess it was all the water. So obviously they like more water. So I'll be vigilant. And that was Mother Nature giving me a little lesson like, hey, the Peruvian lilies want more water. Let's give them more water. So obviously I have drip in that area, but I'm going to have a dedicated line for that one. So we have all these coming up. My little, I don't remember the variety of these, but these are just so sweet. And just like they remind me of little ballerina tutus. And I'm trying to form her into a tree. So I've cut branches down, and as she grows, I'll start cutting branches that are coming on the side that are a little thinner, more flimsy, so she gets stronger branches and is able to form into a miniature tree. So now let's come down here. And I have a lot of exciting things happening here. This is the bistro area. And I did plant the alyssums here. And so I'm finally able to see that they're finally starting to grow and push out towards the brick little path or the actual little bench there. I think it took them a long time because there was no sun. And usually by now they would have been at least to the side of the brick. So that's okay. I'll be patient. I'm happy. It's going to look wonderful. I cannot wait when it is all in bloom and I'm able to bring you back. I did finally plant my Mother's Day pot because I needed to get a diamond, a little, I think they call them a diamond blade. And so I had to drill the pot. I was able finally to drill it because she had no drain holes. So these plants are having a hard time, but that's okay. I'm sure they're going to be fine. They just need a lot of TLC. And I'm excited to see how that's going to happen, how that's going to evolve and just be really pretty. And then this right here, this is our dahlia, and that is our lavender ruffles dahlia. And she, if you go on my Instagram, there's a picture of her where she's huge and she looks like she has painted petals. The most beautiful, beautiful piece of art on a plant. So that's my dahlias. And then my rosemary that I did into a little round sphere right there. So she's doing really well. I'm really happy about her. And whenever I brush by her, oh, she smells so nice. I can't get enough. And then I'm still waiting for the cafe au lait, but we're getting there. So just little leaves right now, but that's okay. Everything, like I told you, this is just, I'm showing you everything that is just changing or growing. And, you know, the garden is something new every day, right? So I love to just show you what I'm waiting for patiently and what is doing beautifully. One thing, though, was kind of interesting is there's an olive on this little miniature. This one's called mini ollie. So it's a miniature olive tree, and it was supposed to be a sterile type. Well, I don't think it's sterile because there's an olive on it. So I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to see what it does. And it looks, actually, do you come close, Jade? It looks like it might have a couple more olives. Do you see those babies? I know. So we'll see how that goes. But she was supposed to be sterile, so I'm not sure. I think the doctor missed her, didn't fix her. And then the Coco Loco rose, yay, we're gonna get all these blooms right over here. So almost every end of the cane has a rosebud. So we're really excited about that. I cannot wait, cannot wait. And then this beautiful peach color mandevilla. She is so pretty, and I'm gonna try to train her up. So I'm gonna bring her up, and I'm gonna try to train her on the light wire so she could kind of just trail, because she's trying to just grab anything. She's grabbed the rose a couple of times. I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. You need to go up, because that will put a lot of stress on that rose if you grab onto her. So she's really pretty. She has these beautiful peach petals with a deeper peach, kind of an orangey in there, and the bees love it. So it's really exciting to see all the activity here. And then we have this magnificent flamethrower red bud. Look at her, Jade. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the color, her bike, all these different, not really bicolor, it's a tricolor. So she has the red, and then it goes into a kind of a transition between the red and the green, and then the bright green right down here. So she is absolutely gorgeous. So come on over here. This is our journey here. We always go through the flowers, through the trees. So come on back. So we have here, so I planted the creeping Jenny, and that's doing good. She's, I've kind of pulled her out this way because she's trying to do roots on the soil. So I'm like, come on this way, you're going the wrong way. So she's like, okay, so she's doing good. She's gotten some really good growth. And then we have here the nonstop white begonias. That one's an older bloom. Let's look at this newer bloom. Yeah, look at that, all her little petals. So pretty and sweet. And then the spire here, and I've actually pruned her last month, and she has put on so much growth that I am constantly coming here and just, just shaping them, because they always need shape. And when I forget, she gets really bushy and, just like she needs a really bad haircut. So she's constantly always pushing new growth and making it full. It's pretty full and makes me happy. Then we have here, I need to cut her back, and I haven't had time, so I'm sorry you're seeing a lot of kind of dead blooms here, but this is the salvia. The hummingbirds love the salvia. They get in, I think all hummingbirds love that trumpet-like flower, so they love getting right in there, and you see them and you hear them flying by, and it's just really exciting to see all the different hummingbirds coming to feast on these salvias here. So we have the heucheras. Those are doing really well. They're in bloom. And then these were the trifolium, and it was the 4 Lux Star, something like that it was called. And those are doing good. They're happy. And that I planted, I think, last month. So we're doing good here. Some things, if I don't water right away, oh, they tell me they're like all flat on the ground, and I have to come here and nurse them, give them more water, and just come back and water them a couple of times. Even though we have drip, they're still they'll do okay once I come in water. So and then to the end, I've left these blooms are because I love them. They look so pretty, and these are the hellebores, and they are old blooms. They're still soft, but I don't want to cut them because I just love how they just look like these sweet little, like kind of just a little flower. Almost looks like part of the leaves because of the chartreuse color, but it's her flowers, and she looks so pretty, and I just want to leave them like that and just enjoy them. So we have, there is something I wanted to show you. Sorry. I wanted to show you the topiary that I did last month, and I did a video called Talking Topiary, and I got a lot of wonderful comments, and some comments that were like, oh, I can't believe you chopped her up. But I wanted to show you how she's doing. So she did get a little bit of burn right on top because I forgot to come here and put a shade over her, but she's going to be okay. It takes a while to start forming her into a nice, round ball. But I am still going to mess with her a little bit more. I'm still going to cut maybe a couple more branches because I want just one branch down the way. I don't want all these different branches. I want her like a true topiary. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But she's looking really good for those who have asked to see if she died after I kind of chopped her in half. She's doing great. And all my other topiaries are doing really good. This is the first one I started off with. So this is the one that kind of gave me that inspiration to feel like I had a little bit of talent with topiaries. So she's the one that gave me all the joy and just wanting to evolve and do different shapes. And as you'll see, I'll show you all the different things that I've done with the topiaries, with the William Goldcrest topiaries. And this one here I want to show you is, I think this one maybe like what more July, so March, she was about this tall. She's grown so tall. She's just like those right there. So those are just a bigger size, but I'm hoping to get them not that tall, but you know, probably a good night, maybe a 6 feet to have some structure here. And when you brush along her branches here, just like lemon. I wish you guys could smell this. It's so pretty and it's so fragrant. That's one of my favorite evergreens. So let's come on over here. And then I did plant the baby tears. I told you those didn't do so good due to my doggies that always have such a fun time marking their territory here. So it is what it is. So watch your step. Come on up here. And we're going to come around here. Let's watch out. So really excited here. So I saw this morning, and I have this lilac delphinium coming up. Look at that, she's so pretty and her color's so sweet. And then right underneath, sorry about the helicopter, is the proven winners, and it's the blue sky lobelia. And she is so pretty, that periwinkle color. It's one of my favorites. So we have here on this side, we have the foxgloves, and those are putting their second flush of them. This is the Dalmatian mix. So they have the beautiful white flowers, and in the back you have the lavender one. So I love, this was one of my favorite foxgloves here. And if you notice, it is again July, and I have pansies still. I'm not sure they're gonna last because it's getting hot now. So I'm just, you know, I'm loving this. I still cannot get myself to take them out because I feel like they're trying their hardest to make me so proud of them, and I am so proud of how beautiful they are. Look at that! It's July, and there's pansies. Who would have known? So I did get my first dahlia. Look at her. She is absolutely gorgeous. I don't remember her variety because I put her a long time ago in here. So I'm just really excited that I saw her, and I would have totally, I have no idea how I did not spot her or mark her. I usually mark them, but she is, I don't even know who begins who, or, you know, where they begin. I have the foxgloves here and the dahlias, and they're literally intertwined with each other. So I'll just let her be happy and enjoy all the flowers that she's going to give me. So that's beautiful, just a beautiful flower. And then I have the amethyst agapanthus that are going to be blooming really, really soon, especially with this heat. And then all my beautiful pink blooms of, oh my God, my hydrangeas. And then I did cut this back. She was about, I want to say about 5 feet tall. She was at the bottom of the white fence. I cut her way back, almost about half, and kind of, you know, framed her a little more tightly. And she's now starting to push out all those really darker blooms. I love those again because of all the hummingbirds that just love. It's like a freeway in the morning. If you stand right here, and my daughter and I stood here before, where you hear the zzz and the hummingbirds going back and forth to the water, and it's so exciting. It's their own little sanctuary, and it makes me so happy. So that's why I love planting all the salvias. And here's another. This is the one, my favorite dahlia. Almost looks like a little water lily. And she is so beautiful and so delicate. And I'm sorry, I wish I could tell you the name, but I don't remember the name of that dahlia. And then here is my hydrangeas. These are now starting to fade a little bit, but they were glorious. This was the first year that they were literally a white snow bush. They were gorgeous, and I cut a lot of them. I did many little flower arrangements for my neighbors. I took one to my mom. It was really exciting to be able to use those hydrangeas and just share the love of my garden to other people. I did want to show you something. If you look in the back of the wall, there's some violas back there. I cannot believe it. I can't believe how happy they are. Look at their little golden face. Well, little gold throat, right? But they're like, hi, we're here. We're so happy. Again, don't understand, but they're loving life right now, and I'm loving them. So we're all happy here. And then another foxglove, and she's starting to push out. I do need a couple back there, so obviously I forgot them. But she has the beautiful lavender flowers on them. And then I have the lemon tree or lime tree. And where's the limes? Oh, I'm really excited. Let me come in here. So we have one here. It must have been all the water. We have one right here. We have quite a bit of them at the end. So I am excited to, harvest those, put them in my water. And this is a miniature or a dwarf lime tree. I don't remember the variety, but I have moved her so many times. She's gone from pot to a small pot to a bigger pot to finally here. And she loved it here because she has given me limes and she's pushing so much growth. So I'm like, okay, that's where you'll stay. Not exactly what I would like for her to say, but I'm good and she's happy. So it's a happy garden. And then here we go. We have, who would have known, more pansies here. And then we have the geranium Roseanne right here. And those are pretty happy and they're flushing. And then here is our salvias here. And these are the blue spire salvias and the big black bumblebees and the honey colored bumblebees come out here. And it's so fun to see them just enjoying all the nectar that they get. So I'm really excited about that. Watch your step. So we have here the lamium, and as if you notice, it's still being engulfed with all the slugs. And thank you to all the viewers that have given me wonderful advice. I have put coffee grounds, I have put beer, and I think the beer, because they've drank so much beer, they got hungry, so they even ate more because it's just like, I don't think I have any more lamium. It's so holy now. So thank you everybody for your advice. I am always willing to try more organic ways to be able to deal with these pests. And I'm hoping with this heat, they kind of all shrivel up and go away. So here's my little part of the shade garden. And I'm really excited. Look at those beautiful, huge hydrangeas. This is a big leaf hydrangea. This was a gift to me from my mom a couple of years ago for Mother's Day. And then to the right of that, I have the Monstera. And these beauties are, gosh, they're so gorgeous. Literally, I haven't even planted them. They're still in the same little nursery pot that I got it at a garage sale. And I think it was from my next door neighbor or her mother. And it was a very small little Monstera plant. And I'm like, sure, yeah, I'd love to, get her. And since then, I only put her in a bigger pot, and she has grown. She's loved this area. She's grown so big, and I cut her leaves off and I put them in the house, and it looks so tropical and so beautiful. So that's my favorite foliage here. Just that beautiful texture, and it's such an intricate leaf. Look at that. That is a beauty right there. And then I have the Brunneras down here again, getting enjoyed by the slugs. And then the hostas, and the hostas are flowering. And I know some people don't like the flowers. I love the flowers. I think they are so sweet and just so innocent here. So I just leave them. I enjoy both the foliage and the plants. So it's a happy for me. And then the plumeria is finally coming into blooms, or bloom, should I say, because I only see one bloom so far, but a lot of little ones that are ready to unravel. So I'm really excited about that. And that will provide more shade in this area. And then we have the hellebores, and this is the first year of these hellebores. So I'm okay with that they don't have any flowers, but I'm sure they're going to be, well, they're kind of dried up. Oh, look at that. I should have taken this out. They'll be really fun for next year and really pretty. And then Over to my right here. Oh, look at my limelights. They are so gorgeous. Look at this one, Jade. You know, my mom brought up a great point. She told me, because I was showing her, she says they look like little butterflies all along, all in little clusters. And I see it now. Ever since she said, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like just little butterflies. And this is my second year with this limelight. And I'm just so excited to see how much, you know, flower she's given me. And it's so gorgeous. She's just so gorgeous. And then I have a penta that came up from last year. So that just kind of came up from up there. And some Veronicas in the back. And then my honey suckle, that's a gold flame honeysuckle, and that's starting to put new little shoots out. So it's obvious. Oh, yeah, look at the top. It's obvious that she's getting ready for that trellis. So I have so much going on that I'm like, okay, where do I start? Where do I go? So here was the other seedlings that I did, and it was the zinnia seedlings. Some are cupcakes, some are lilacs, some are were supposed to be called polar bear, and they were supposed to be a lot bigger than what I'm seeing. They're over here at the end. So it's these here, and then these. I'm not sure which ones these are. So these are still really pretty. This is an older bloom, but goodness, things are just going to town right now. And then the Rose of Sharon, look at her. She is just gorgeous, gorgeous. And I think I told you guys that last year she was really just feeble and really small. And I was actually going to take her off and kind of either donate her or not sure. I'm not going to tell you because then you're going to be like not happy. I was going to not, get rid of her. But she proved herself and look at her. She is just so beautiful. Look at that. Ugh, what a color. And the bees love her. So thank you for staying around and not being mad at me. So let's come over here. And then we have here, if you guys remember, this is a Sally Holmes climber that I got for Mother's Day. And I have a video where I told you it was a lesson that I learned for myself to get them smaller because I was able to, you know, train them easier. And there was a lot of canes that I needed to take off. So look at this growth, you guys. It is amazing. Look at the growth all the way to the top. So that only proves to me that, if you give them great, circulation and just make sure that they're healthy canes, that they will provide for you in growth. Look at that, and look at how many leaves have come out. It's almost as big as she was when I first bought her. So I was totally shocked. And she has little blooms coming out too. So the little peach bloom, you see that? Little peach bloom. Yeah, so she's really pretty. Really pretty. And then we're getting ready here for the Princess of Monaco Rose. Oh, she is a beauty. She's getting ready to push out a couple of blooms here, hopefully in the next like week and a half. And her blooms are almost like a ruffled blooms with just a beautiful, sweet smelling rose. So when I'm sitting in here and there's a little drift of air or just a little breeze, it's just amazing how beautiful she smells. And it's so pungent with sweetness. So she is a beautiful rose. And then the Bacopa, she's doing good. She's still happy growing away. So I'm happy with her. She's doing good. She's never done this good ever. So I don't know. I think it was all the love I've given her. And then to my left here, or your left, is this the Wilma cypress, and this is one I formed into a topiary. So she was just a cone shape, and I came out here last month and started making her two ball shapes. And she doesn't look perfect, but now I know why they cost so much money, because they are constantly being taken care of. They're constantly pruned. You're constantly having to come in and like it's time for her to get a little soft haircut. So just start shaping her. So she's a work in progress, but she's a lot of fun. I did have all these sweet flowers here, but I forgot to water them, so they're a little suffering. I'm hoping to come back here a little later and kind of give them a nice drink here because they did not like the sun. Everybody's wondering, they're like, what's the sun? We've not had sun for days and now we're getting beaten up. So they're kind of doing their own thing, poor girls, but they'll be okay. We have right here. This one is called, oh my gosh, what tiger eye flowering maple. And you're supposed to prune them. We did prune her right here. I wanted some height to kind of break up that roof line. So she's put up a lot of leaves because she lost a lot of her leaves. And then her awesome, beautiful flowers right there. Hummingbirds love these because the nectar that comes from those flowers, I'm not sure you could see, there is like literally honey stuck on my window. Um, I don't know if you could see, it looks like water, but it's honey from the flowers. Do you see that right there? That's all the honey. So I have to come by and clean my windows because it gets really sticky. So that's a beautiful tree and the hummingbirds love it. So here's another lemon cypress. As you know, I have a lot of these because I love them so much. They just give so much beautiful structure, and the color and the scent is, it is just a beautiful, beautiful evergreen. So that one I will never cut into any kind of topiary because I love her size. So then of course here's my very interesting weeping young birch. And it makes me very sad. I got her at Armstrong's and she was so beautiful. When I saw her, my husband and I fell in love with it because it was just such an unusual form. They also call it like a serpentine form, but we noticed that she obviously has a disease. Armstrong's really good with keeping, kind of their satisfaction guarantee for a year on trees and shrubs. So she's still under a year, but I don't want to get rid of her. But her trunk is starting to almost like dry out in the middle. So I'm not sure. I'm probably going to have to take her back and see what I find, and hopefully they have another one, or I'll just wait because I just love the form of this beautiful, just it's like a piece of art to me, with all the greenery. So yeah, poor girl. And then this Japanese maple here, this is the crimson, and she's happy. This is her third year here, and I know the first 2 years they're very delicate, so you got to be very careful. If you put them in the sun, they will scorch really fast. So they need time to kind of mature, to kind of like thicken up a little bit, so they could withstand the heat. So she's doing really good. She's happy, and the colors, and just give it just a really nice. It fills in this area really, really nicely. So I did just get these wonderful lanterns. Um, those were supposed to be for the front, and I'm having a hard time finding candles that tall. I have some from Pottery Barn, but they don't fit width-wise. So that's one of my additions for the front. And then, yeah, that's what we have going on. And then the last thing back here, which I wanted to show you, is I am making kind of like a parterre garden. And I'm really excited because I told you guys, I love gravel. There's something comforting about gravel, the sound, the feel of your feet. Um, I finally decided, I'm like, I don't have any more room to do with this, but I'm just going to do it right here. So my daughter actually took out, I want to say 90% of the grass. I had an appointment, I came back, and 90% was gone. I'm like, holy moly. So we started taking out the grass, the dirt, put a border around, and I'm trying to lay the landscape fabric, but I have a couple of sprinklers, so I'm going to be putting drip line all around these. So that's what I'm trying to do, is just to have it like centered with a frame of a boxwood with gravel, and it will help out because my grass is horrible, like I told you, because of all the dogs. But it's going to give me just that pleasure of being able to, walk through that gravel and just listen to that sound. That even my daughter, right, Jade, you cannot wait to hear that gravel. So hopefully in the next couple of days or by next weekend, I should be done with it. But it's been so hot that I have to go inside and then come back out, and yeah, it's a work in progress, but I cannot wait to bring you back to show you when it's completely done. So let's go up to the front, guys. Welcome to the front part of my garden, and it's the 4th of July decorations up here. So let's come to the front here. I want to show you what we've been up to here, or what's in bloom. Come on in. So we have, I know it's all green leaves right now, but I cannot wait. These are going to be all the different dahlias. I had to cut back some of the salvias because they were encroaching on that one little dahlia, and I found her. I'm like, well, there's one of them. So I'm really excited to see how they're all going to be coming up. I'm still kind of a little worried. I had a dahlia here that was supposed to come up. I'm not sure if she's a little slow. I'm going to give her a couple more weeks, maybe another month to see if she finally pushes up. So this is going to be, we're going to eventually make this all a dahlia planter here with some annuals in it too. So I can't wait for all those to kind of fill in. But right now it's looking a little weak. I finally was able to pull out the daffodil foliage, as you can see, finally died down. It took forever because they were still green from the lack of sun that we had here in Southern California. So I do need to fix this all up. It's looking a little shaggy. So, but it's okay. It's still pretty. We still have some milkweed coming in. And then all the salvias here, and you see all the bees? We have all the pollinators here. There's lots of pollinators. I don't know if you could see them. There's one right there. It's awesome. Okay, it's just a pollinator. So we have the dusty mailer. I always have to cut this down because she grows like wildfire. And then she kind of encroaches on the butterfly bush, which I also have to deadhead here because she's done blooming. And maybe there's something going on with her, so I will have to spray her. And then our iceberg roses, I'll be fertilizing them soon here because they're time. And then the sea lavender, and these are really fun. They're so easy to take care of. I had to actually separate them. I haven't done that because I've been kind of lazy, but obviously I need to do that soon and offer some plants to my neighbors. Um, our bearded tongue finally finished blooming. I'm sorry, I'm just showing you the last, but I want you to see everything that my garden is doing. Actually, I think those blooms over there are nicer. So I'll cut her down and she'll give me a couple more flushes. So I'm really excited because she does always really good. And another Dusty Miller. I'm sorry guys, I really don't like the yellow in the Dusty Miller. So that's one flower that I don't like to look at. So I do cut her and then shape her. And we have a dahlia that's coming up. So really excited. This is going to be hopefully full of dahlias here. And then a lemon crazy daisy, and these are so fun and they're so sweet. I just love their little pom-poms and all the multi petals. They look so beautiful there. And then another black dahlia. So my husband actually cut one of the flowers. I wish I could show you right now, but she's a purple flower, and she lasted about 2 weeks in her vase. And I maybe because she was in the cool house, but I could not believe it. So they do really good as cut flowers, those smaller varieties. And then just here more icebergs and the sea lavender. Look at these. These are just beautiful. Look, you could hear them crinkle. I love that. It's almost like the straw flowers, and they're so pretty. And then this one really popped. This is the white crazy daisy. And these are what they bury their dead. So as you notice on the bottom is the dead ones. I will come back and, prune those out, take those out. But all the pretty ones, all their new growth is right on top and just kind of fills in a beautiful bush of these beautiful little sweet daisies with another bush of the lemon daisies that I think one of my dogs went through because there's a branch broken, but that's okay. That's okay. So here we are. I'm so happy to show you this. This is literally, to me, like the 4th of July here. I feel they're all kind of done blooming, but I wanted to just hold on so you guys could kind of see what was going on here and the beautiful blooms. We had the tricolor, the multicolor agapanthus with the little electric blue ones down here, and then the limelights. Look at that. Oh, they were so beautiful a couple days ago, and because of the heat, they're doing to be okay. But this one's a little newer, so you could look at that bicolor. Isn't that beautiful? And it looked like my neighbors would come by, and they're like, "It looks like the 4th of July." I'm like, "Right, it was so pretty," and just the limelights, they loved it here. And again, this is facing the west side, so I was a little kind of nervous to see how they were going to do, but they're loving their life and they're doing awesome. So I am happy to show you that all these beautiful clusters of the hydrangeas. Look at that. So gorgeous as you go just down the little alleyway of the hydrangea alleyway. And then to the front here, I have these little These are Mother Teresa, but they turned yellow because obviously my soil is very alkaline, has a lot of, it's very yeah, alkaline, I want to say. So they're turning a little pink. They're supposed to be white. They did start off white, and these are all here. And then sadly, I'm so, God, it breaks my heart to see this. My calla lilies, I have to cut them all the way down, and this happened to us before. So unfortunately, the pest control that comes here, I had a new guy, and I always have a guy that comes, and I tell him, you can't spray here. These plants get affected by, and I completely forgot to tell them to not spray the calla lilies because they get affected by whatever's in this. I guess it's not good, the pesticide. And they cut it and they actually sprayed it, so they are pretty much going to die here. And if you notice, they're literally all on the floor. I have tried to water them. I've tried to just give them a lot of TLC, and I cannot. So I'm going to have to come here and just shear them all down, and it breaks my heart. So it is what it is. These are lessons that I have to always remind myself to when I have somebody new coming into the garden to spray, to work on something. I always got to make sure that I tell them to be careful. So that's, I think, a memo that I got to make sure that the company that has the pest control and takes care of all my garden, that they don't damage that area. And then last I have over here just a nice little, let me show you, can I show you the pillow? So I'm really excited. One of my girlfriends, she is so sweet. She's the one that actually I did the front yard for, the little her little walkway to her home, and she came over and gave me this sweet pillow. It was a bee, and I love bees, and it's a queen bee. So thank you, to my dear girlfriend. That was so sweet. So I'm going to put it here because it just represents all of me right there. And I think that brings it to an end of the garden tour. And I hope you enjoyed every little thing that I showed you. So there's things that will always do great and things that need some work on. But it's a garden. It's always evolving, just like us, right? So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful 4th of July. May God bless you, friends, and hope to see you soon. Bye.